My camera is attached to the tripod that is on the back of my computer chair. And Odin has taken it upon himself to claim that spot. So this video may be a little shaky. Right, Odin? Hey everybody, thanks for joining me in the broom closet. This is Sega here, and this video is going to be about my Priestess training classes number 6 and 7. I hope everyone is having a wonderful week. I am hoping that this will be the last YouTube video that I have to record with my phone because I'm investing in a Sony. Very excited. I'll wait. Loki! The other priestesses and I have just had our 8th class, however I do not have the notes for that done just yet, so I'm going to share with you the overview of classes 6 and 7. We are more than halfway through the priestess training year, and I am winding down on my priestess final project for the year, and I will be sharing that with you towards the end of December. Class number 6 was Sacred Sexuality with special guest instructor Dr. Linda Savage. Linda is the author of Reclaiming Goddess Sexuality. She's a professional speaker. She's a licensed sex therapist and psychologist, just a wealth of knowledge, and it was a pleasure having her. The class touched on a little bit of the tantric magic subject just as a way of increasing energy between two partners. The main focus of the class was discussing health practices throughout the ages, yoni worship, and different techniques for enhancing the sexual pleasure. One of the health practices was yoni steaming, which is a South American tradition of using sacred herbs and bringing them to a boil and using the steam to cleanse the womb and the yoni. Another ancient practice was the Mayan abdomen massage, but this should not be attempted by anyone other than a professional, and this is used to aid women with tipped uteri. One other practice is that of the jade egg or the yoni egg, which I do, and I recommend it highly for those looking to deepen their meditation and strengthen their inner woman. Dr. Savage also mentioned that there is techniques to use that you are able to experience the orgasmic field through each of your different chakras. Towards the end of the class, we discussed a little bit about her shamanic practices. And shamanic practices work outside of the Western realms of belief. They believe that they acquire knowledge through personal experience. And through that experience, you have event interpretation and then the meaning discovery. Moving on to class number 7, this was the Blood Mysteries and the Moon. This was an awesome class. Our special guest was Simone Butler, and she is the author of Moon Power. And at the beginning of this class, we discussed how the different phases of the moon correspond with different periods in a woman or a man's life. This was the graph that was shared with us, and some of these I had known before. However, there are a few cycles in the waning half of the moon cycle that were new to me. The new moon or the dark moon deals with the potential blood. This potential blood is your unborn self. As women, when we are in our mother's wombs, we already have all of our eggs, and she still has her eggs. And when she was in her mother's womb, she had her eggs. So down the line, we are all connected through our maternal lineage. And this hit me so hard because that is exactly what my final project is about. The synchronicities were so strong, and I was having a very difficult time keeping my emotions in check. Earlier in that month, I had gone to see my grandmother, and my mom was there as well, so we had a lot of time together. And leaving was very difficult, so they were still fresh on my mind, and discussing these cycles was very, very emotional. The next phase is the waxing crescent, and that is the young maiden or the waxing blood. That is, to me, the Fool in the tarot deck. That is the prospect of new beginnings and the responsibility of growth. The next is the waxing blood, and that is the lover's phase. And after that is the full moon, the pregnant mother. And this was interesting to me, that the concept of not just the mother pregnant with the child in her womb, But this time of transition could be biologically, emotionally, spiritually, all of the different connections, whether that is the loss of a child or the decision not to have a child. The mystery of birthing runs very deep in linking us to the cycle of creation. The waning gibbous is considered the changing blood, and the last quarter is considered the queen stage. And I want to link these two together because this is the point in the class where I lost it. And I say this because my mother has had such an amazing transformation this year, and she has gone through the mother stage. But now she is in the changing blood, the teacher, the healer, the finding her aspects of her former self and her passions. And she's also in her queen stage. She has gone through menopause. She is understanding that her crone stage is around the corner, but she, to me, is not there yet. This is her time of awakening, and I'm so excited for her because this is her rebirthing. So this discussion in class, the changing blood and the queen stage, are all about finding your passions again and doing volunteer work and helping others, and the children are out of the house and you're rediscovering those special things in your life that give you focus and drive and the ignition in your heart. And by now I am choked up in class and I'm trying to keep it together and I can't. I lose it. I have to excuse myself and go out because I'm so proud of her. She is the woman that I'm hoping to be someday. She's an amazing role model and hero to me. So in these stages, I really found strong connection and had an emotional reaction to it. And lastly, in the waning crescent would be the crone stage, the elderly past menopause. It's been done for a while. Grandkids are growing up. Your wisest stage. I was really trying to sum that up quickly, but I feel like I got really into that. So in Simone's half of the class, she took the time graciously to email each of the priestesses in my class separately, and she was nice enough to do our moon sign for us and a little bit about that. And her book is called Moon Power. Again, I'm gonna link it here because it's wonderful. It's beautifully colored. I showed it in my other video about what was on my bookshelf lately. So please check her out. Simone Butler is her name. And we discussed different types of moon magic and different terms. The term void, of course, was new to me as of this year. A friend of mine introduced me to that. And void, of course, if you are interested in moon magic, void, of course, means the transition time from one sign to the next. The moon has transitioned out of one sign and is kind of in no man's land and has not gone into the next sign yet, and that is not really suitable for magical workings. Two other terms were blue moon, I know you have heard that one before, and black moon. And the common misconception about blue moon is that it is just when two full moons happen in the same month. However, technically, it is when two full moons happen in the same month with the same sign. And a black moon is the same. It's when two new moons occur in the same month with the same astrological sign. This page is the page that I created with the signs and kind of what they mean. You can find these online. This goes new moon to the waxing crescent, what your traits will be. And you can, like I said in the other video where I discussed this book, you can just go online and find out what your moon sign is, birthday, time, and place of your birth, and it will list what it is. And in connection to that, this was kind of interesting. Simone let us know that once a month, there will be a time that you possibly feel a deeper connection or more grounded or just very within yourself. You feel very empowered. That point in time, try to pay attention because this could be when the moon is passing through the sign that it was going through at your birth. This may be a time when you are more tapped in energetically or creatively. This could also be a heightened time for ovulation, so be careful. So this was class 6 and 7. Everyone, thank you for hanging out with me. I'm hoping to get, this is my big binder for my class, I'm hoping to get the notes for class number 8, which covered loss of the goddess. And in that class, we discussed everything from the Spanish Inquisitions to the Neolithic patriarchy to hunters and gatherers. So that will be an interesting class to sum up for you. I hope everyone is well. Thank you for joining me in the broom closet today. Blessed be.